Hey, this is Rebecca, Abraxas. Today I want to talk about abolishing hate. I have 3 practices for you, and if we do our part internally, then we're going to see externally things start to shift. And so this is the way I see it anyway. As we start to shift things personally, we start to see the collective shift. And if we each personally do our practice, then the collective starts to shift and we start to see change in our world. So the internal environment is definitely related to the external environment. So we are going to take a look at our internal environment today, not only to abolish hatred in the world and our realities, but also to give us our voice back. Because, I'm all about voice, the holistic voice coaching stuff. So I always relate stuff back to the voice because voice is an extension of our spirit and the love vibe that we are willing to express on the planet. So 3 practices. Are you ready? The first practice is conditioning yourself to unconditional love. Reteaching yourself. A lot of us haven't received that teaching of what unconditional love is. And maybe if we start to learn it, we could actually be that on the planet and inspire that on the planet. So this is mirror work. You're going to get a mirror and you're going to do this as many times as you can during the day. You look in the mirror and you say, I love you no matter what. And then things will start to bubble up and you might be like, ah. And then when that happens, you say to that, I love you no matter what. It's really powerful. Give it a try for a week, a lot of times, okay? Number 2 is gratitude. Gratitude has a way of going from here to just expanding and allowing the flow of the love vibe to come through, which is that universal energy that we all are. And so have gratitude for what's right in front of you, okay? The present moment. What's in your present moment? Right now I have this airplane overhead. I don't know if you can hear that. So gratitude. Go on a gratitude rampage. This starts to just soften the tendrils of hate, the reactions of hate. A lot of us are seeing what's happening in the world and we're starting to react. And we're adding to the hate by hating what's going on. It's the same vibration. I hate to say it, but if we're hating the Nazi stuff that's going on, that's hate. That's a hate frequency. And so what do we do about that? Well, we do these 2 practices I just mentioned. Start to teach yourself unconditional love and start to have gratitude in the present moment. And finally, number 3 is the tension in our body represents where we've blocked that love vibe, where we've had trauma, where we haven't felt loved. Right? Because when we don't feel loved, we start to contract and we start to try to survive, and there's a contraction. And we start cutting ourselves off of all the possibilities that love vibe and universal flow can help us with. So we want to open back up. So we want to get rid of the tension in the body. So if you have tension in your chest, or say your hand or your leg, just bring your awareness to that area and allow a sound to come up. So you can ask, what sound is this tension? And you can start to just say it. Now you don't have to sing in a lullaby, but if you say there's an sound or a groan, or give it some attention. Let that tension have a voice and let it come out of your mouth. And that's a nice way of starting to release the tension that we have from feeling that frequency of unlove, not being loved, that hate, the reaction of hate. And so these are 3 ways personally we can start to clean up the hate frequency in our body so that the love vibe can take over. And then we can put that into the world. And Michael Franti, his new song says, if people can learn to hate, they can learn to love too. And that is very true. And how about we be um, advocates of that, of teaching unconditional love on the planet amongst the hate. And with that, we may be able to change this. So, and guess what? When that tension and that hate frequency starts to release, we get to free our voices. Your voice becomes fluid. You're not scared to use it anymore. You'll use it in any condition. These three practices are practices I use in my voice coaching as well. So free your voice, free your spirit, free yourself from hate, and be the change in the world that the world is asking of us. All right. If you would like to join this YouTube channel, subscribe below, and I also have a free gift for you. This is a little thing I put together called Unlock Your Power, and it's a series of 40 questions to start becoming aware of your internal environment. And by asking the questions in this gift that I'm giving you, you start to have awareness around where you want to start to shift things. And just by asking the questions and creating that awareness, things start to change. And you start freeing yourself and becoming more empowered. And from there, your voice shows up ever more. Okay, so if you want that gift, just go to that link below. And I'll see you next week.